It's Breezy on Ice Podcast, and I'm back with another episode for the podcast. And let's get into it. So, it's very interesting night. Might I say so myself. Playoff football. The Green Bay Packers played spoiler tonight as they came into Dallas and beat the Cowboys. Dak Prescott didn't protect the ball. He turned the ball over tonight. Dak Prescott wasn't the quarterback that he was all year. He had some games where he turned the ball over, but, he's been pretty good the last couple of weeks, and tonight he looked like the old Dak Prescott that just, didn't know how to protect the ball, and I just don't know what happened. I didn't get a chance to really watch the game at work, so, I missed out on that game, and it's just, crazy. They was down 27-7 at halftime. Dallas team is too good. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I do call them the Cowgirls, but they have a lot of talent. I would be lying to say that they didn't have talent. Brandon Cooks is good. CeeDee Lamb has been spectacular all year. Tony Pollard, we know what he can do, and when Dak Prescott is on, he's on. And the defense, let's not forget about the defense. Even without Trevon Diggs, I think Trevon Diggs is their best defensive player besides Michael Parsons. You had Stephon Gilmore on the other side of the field playing corner. So they have all the pieces there. They solid defensively, and they damn good offensively when Dak Prescott is clicking on all cylinders. And it's just that a young Green Bay team, no Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love at the helm, came into Dallas and handled business. It's about peaking at the right time, and are the Packers peaking at the right time right now? This is the big time win for a young team like them. Just give Jordan Love all the confidence in the world. We have seen it with C.J. Stroud being the rookie quarterback, what he did yesterday, and dismantling the Cleveland Browns. Played a spectacular game, and Jordan Love is not a rookie. He's been in the NFL for a couple of years, but he's a young quarterback, and you can put him in that same boat with C.J. Stroud. Both young guys stepping into their own. C.J. Stroud as the number 2 pick and a day one starter or number 1 starter, however you want to word it. And he's been balling all season. You can make a huge argument for C.J. Stroud being rookie of the year. However they will put that offensive rookie of the year. I think that's how it goes. And you can make a huge argument for C.J. Stroud as far as that. Went in to Cleveland, handled business. Cleveland has an A1 defense. Myles Garrett is no scrub, and they neutralized Myles Garrett to the best of their ability. And they was able to put points on the board and capitalize, It might have been a closer game if Deshaun Watson wasn't on the show for the year. I can't say it would not have been, or it would have been, but I do think, they would have had a better chance with their star quarterback playing. But this is football, man. You got to play with what's available. The backup that the Cleveland Browns had in Joe Flacco, he was hot. He won a lot of games. But, Joe Flacco eventually always turns back to Joe Flacco, right? He had some good years in Baltimore. But, Joe Flacco is what he is. He's a veteran guy. He knows how to win games. But, at the biggest moment, he seems to crumble, and I'm not saying it's all his fault, because the defense had to take some accountability for giving up 45 points to the Texans. Just like the defense of the Dallas Cowboys had to take some responsibility for giving up 48 points to the Green Bay Packers. It's all about accountability, and if the quarterback play was bad, then the quarterback play was bad too. Therefore, the quarterback had to take his blame for what happened. And Dak Prescott took his blame for what happened tonight. It shouldn't have happened in Dallas like that. when you are the superior team and you know it. Talent-wise, you guys were better all around. And that Green Bay team came in with a chip on their shoulder. I believe they're 9-18, and they handled their business the way they're supposed to handle their business. They came in and they played football. This is the thing when you have nothing to lose, right? It's no pressure on you because a lot of people didn't expect Green Bay to be there anyway. Now that they were there, nobody really expected them to win, right? Let's just be honest, except for if you're a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, then okay, you said, okay, that's my team, they can win. That's anybody would think that when it comes to their own team, So, of course you're going to rock with them. Everybody else that's not Green Bay fans and that just looked at the differences in the team and said, it's football, right? That's first and foremost when you think about sports, right? You know that anything can happen, right? I mean, that's at least how I think. I'll be like, okay, anything can happen. It's football. Anything can happen. Team gets hot. Get in the groove. There's a chance that, they can win. You got to always keep that in mind when you're scouting and when you're picking these games and when you're thinking about, what's what. Because everybody's professionals. Everybody is good at that level, whether or not you think they exceptional well or not, but everybody is good at once you get in the NFL, you're considered better than everybody else that's playing because you're in the best league in the world, right? That's any sport. If you're successful in it, I don't care if you're a reserve guy who never gets any burn, you are better than any other player that's playing because you're getting a paycheck cut by the NBA, right? So therefore, you have made it your dream come true. Now, you may not be a rotational player. You may not be a star player. You may not be a superstar player. Or you may just be, some guys are just really, really good role players. But still, they are better than anybody else that's playing in the sport because they're on the NBA roster, right? They're getting a check from the NBA. The reserve guy is making probably more money than the average Joe. So there's no debate about that. So these guys are professional. These guys play this game. They eat, breathe, live football, man. It's their passion. It's their love. It's their craft. You work at this. You work at it, and you get better at it. And anything you work at, you're gonna get better at. And Green Bay just showed that they were hungrier. They came out hungrier, and they punched Dallas in the mouth. And once you punch a team in the mouth and you can get them to go backwards and stay on their back foot and not come forward, then you've done your part. And you gotta give Dallas some kind of credit. They try to make it competitive, but it was a little too late. When you get down 27-7 at halftime, it's way too late. I mean, if you're down 27-10, 27-14, 27-17. You have a chance to get in the game, right? All right, even with that being said, they was down 27-7 at halftime, right? Yes, they scored some points, but you got to get stops. And from the looks of it, they were not able to stop Green Bay from scoring the football because they put up 48 points, right, to 32 points, right? And you have to get those stops in order to get possessions of the ball. And when you get the possessions of the ball, you have to be effective in scoring points. Preferably touchdowns because you're down big at this point. You're trying to work your way back into a game. But it doesn't matter how many points you score. What you say they put up 32 points, right? Stops are important and more pivotal in that moment than anything else. And they couldn't get enough stops to help them get to the next round. You got a really good game going on between the Lions and the Rams. I think the Rams was up last time I checked. Really good game going on. Close competitive game. That's the type of games that, you love as a football fan. It's 2024. The Lions are back in front. The Rams have the ball. and the Rams is on Detroit 11-yard line. So this is about to be interesting. And then we're in the fourth quarter. It's 8:22 left to play, so it's a lot of time, a lot of game left in the fourth quarter. But this is the type of games you like as a fan, whether you a Rams fan or a Lions fan. You like good, close, competitive games. Jared Goff dueling against his old team, Matthew Stafford dueling against his old team. So it's making for fireworks, and gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, man. This is the best time of the year. NFL playoffs. 2 great games tonight. Had 2 great games yesterday. Even though, the Dolphins was probably cold in Arrowhead in Kansas City. They not used to playing in that type of cold weather. No excuses, though, because they was a high-octane offense, and they got held to 7 points. And you had a high-octane defense in the Cleveland Browns that gave up 45 points. And then today you had a high-octane offense in the Dallas Cowboys who couldn't score points. And then you had maybe a top 5 defense in the Cowboys who gave up 48 points. So same scenario as yesterday. Those teams yesterday that were high-octane in offense, high-octane in defense. And the Dallas Cowboys, who was both high-octane in offense and defense. Top 3 to top 5 in defense, the Dallas Cowboys. And we gave up 48 points to the Green Bay Packers, right? So that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. And this is why you play this game, man. This is why you play sports, man. If you're a better man using DraftKings or FanDuel, I mean, to those who had the Packers winning, I commend them. And I should have listened because I had somebody that I work with. She told me the Packers was going to win, and the Packers damn sure did win. And yeah, sometimes you got to listen to those people that tell you something, because sometimes, it could be a blessing coming your way with that. But I did pick the Rams to win tonight in a close game against the Detroit Lions. I said this was a game that you could flip a coin, and it's definitely that type of game. You can flip a coin, and basically if it lands on heads or tails, whoever heads is the Rams, tails is the Lions. Whatever one it lands on, you can't go wrong with. Like I said, it's a close game right now. They dueling in the fourth quarter, and the Rams look like they're going to score or get some kind of points on the board. So we should see how this one ends. Definitely love close games. Dame Lillard, sending Sacramento Kings packing. He hit one of them Dame time threes, man. Clutch 3 to end the game. In overtime rather, because De'Aaron Fox forced the game into overtime. I wish I was able to watch that game. It seemed like it was a very exciting game to watch. A lot of offense. Basically, one of the best teams in the East. Sacramento, one of the best teams in the West. I believe they somewhere in the top 5 as far as the standings. We know Boston is the best team in the East right now as far as record-wise, but Milwaukee's right behind them. I like the pairing of Dame and Giannis. I think it's a pretty damn good pairing. I want to see what they can do. They got a lot of good pieces around them. Brook Lopez, still a guy who is very efficient. The guy who I think game has suffered the most, or he had to sacrifice the most to his game, I think Lillard had to sacrifice a little bit, but being that, him and Giannis is the main 2 guys that's going to, have the offense flowing with them. And, if Brook Lopez get it going, he's going to get his touches. But Chris Middleton had to take a backseat, a little bit. His game, I think, has taken a hit the most. I think he's still trying to find his way and where he fits in offensively, because Chris Middleton was the second option behind Giannis, before Dame Lillard trade happened. Jrue Holiday is a guy who knows how to get buckets when, in the flow of things. Jrue Holiday is a guy who plays both ends of the floor very efficiently. I believe that he was a huge help, going to be a huge help to Boston. even though Marcus Smart is a defensive guy that they happen to lose in a trade, because we know what Marcus Smart brings. He brings grit, he brings defense, and occasionally he can hit the three consistently. Jrue Holiday is definitely a upgrade from Marcus Smart. The reason why I say he's an upgrade from Marcus Smart, because Jrue Holiday can give you anywhere from 10 to 20 points a game on any given night. He plays both ends of the floor. A more efficient three-point shooter than Marcus Smart. So you take that any day if you're the Boston Celtics. You take that any day. But you did lose a little something. Jaylen Brown's gonna play both ends of the floor. Jason Tatum don't cheat you on both ends of the floor neither. Porzingis is the guy that's good because he can score some points. He can help them a lot as long as he's healthy. And I believe it's less pressure off of him being in Boston with Al Horford there, because Al Horford can help, take some of that load off of him for rebounds and stuff. And Al Horford can hit timely threes and that nature. So I think Boston is built to do something. I think Milwaukee might be slightly better. You know how I feel about Philly. Philly's a good team still. It's just how good are they, and how healthy can Joel Embiid be? He always gonna have them lingering issues with the knee and the ankles and stuff like that. So it depends on how healthy Joel Embiid is. That's how far the Sixers will go. The Knicks, with the trade of R.J. Barrett, OG has been pretty good for them. He plays defense. I think that's what they was looking for. So, when you think about that aspect, at first I still think the trade was kind of mediocre in my opinion, because you gave up quickly a guy who can score points and who's still coming and developing into his own. I think Toronto got better with quickly. R.J. Barrett has a chance now to flourish more in Toronto, especially if Pascal Siakam is on the trading block, because that's what's been speculated, that he's been on the trading block. So if Pascal Siakam's on the trading block and happens to get traded, then it's pretty much R.J. Barrett's team, and you have Dennis Schroeder running in one. Quickly could play either one of those positions, so Quickly gets more burn too. RJ is definitely your 3. Scotty Barnes is your 4. I don't know how long Portal is going to be out, but Portal would be the center, because Spicy P won't be there. It's interesting to see where he ends up at. I know he's on some team's radar. It was another person that's on some team's radar. I'm not sure if it was the Lakers who was eyeing for somebody, but the Lakers was also looking to add some pieces, to their team, because they haven't been the same team since they won the inaugural in-season tournament championship, which I kind of figured it was going to either be them or the Pacers. And LeBron is the first one to get that championship. And the first one is always the most special, meaningful one. So, of course, that's something to add to LeBron James' legacy. And when you think about LeBron James' legacy, that's definitely a good thing for him. And, the Lakers have been definitely struggling. They need to hit the reboot button. I'm sure they're in the mix for a lot of players that might be available in trades. They may be looking to upgrade. I'm not sure what position. I even think D'Angelo Russell was also talked about maybe being trade. I don't want to lie and say that for sure, but that's been rumored. I believe that's been rumored too. Andrew Wiggins was also rumored to be on the trade block, but he has no suitors. Nobody's really, too excited about Andrew Wiggins. And let's just be honest when it comes to Andrew Wiggins right now at this point, right? Andrew Wiggins, he missed a lot of time dealing with his personal matter. Some people were saying that, his homie was smashing his wife. All alleged, because, we gotta say allegedly, that his homie was, dipping in his wifey pool and things of that nature. So that kind of took him away from the game for a little while, and then he came back, and he hasn't really been the same player since. He's been reduced to a bench role. He was coming off the bench at one point. I still believe he's in that role. Kuminga, he was a little frustrated. Also there was rumors of him being on the trade block a little bit, but he said he wanted to remain in with the Warriors in Golden State. So, Kuminga's a young player. I'm sure he would have a lot of suitors, and I'm sure wherever he lands, he would flourish too, because, he has a lot of upside. I think he just had a 28-point game coming off the bench maybe the other night or the night before that. So, yeah, he's a guy, if he can get it really going, he can really make a name for himself. It's just up to Kuminga to stay consistent. It's also up to the organization and Steve Kerr to trust Kuminga a little bit more. Young guys are going to have ups and downs, especially when they're trying to find their own footing in the league. Draymond should be back soon. If not, I think they play tonight. I don't want to lie. I think they play tonight. If not tonight, he should be back for tomorrow's game from suspension. So maybe that'll help the Warriors get back to their winning ways, because right now the Warriors and Steph Curry are struggling, and the Lakers and LeBron are struggling. And they got to find some answers, because the West would be no fun if those guys are not in the playoffs. Phoenix Suns, they also been kind of struggling, but theirs is different. Theirs is due to injuries. Bradley Beal been in and out the lineup. Hopefully he's healthy now and will remain healthy. KD missed a couple of games, but he's been playing. Book is healthy, I could say now. So, that Phoenix Suns team is an exciting team to watch too. And just gotta stay healthy, man. I mean, the West is always an interesting conference, because there's so many good teams. And yeah, man, basketball is heating up. We about to be heading into All-Star weekend, going back to the old format of East versus West, which is pretty good. Instead of having team LeBron, team Giannis, team this one, team that one, go back to the old East versus West format. It'd be even cooler if they bring it back like how they used to do it, like in the early 2000s, in the 90s and early 2000s, where you wore your represent team uniform. I think that was pretty cool, but I think it kind of threw people off, because it's like, he got his actual team uniform on. I guess you kind of forget that you're on teams, but I like that whole concept of, the old school way where they would wear their home or their away team uniform to represent their team, and saying that, this person plays for the Lakers, this person plays for the Nuggets, this person plays for the Suns, this person plays for the Clippers. I think that's a cool format. But if not that, if they don't go back to that kind of format as far as the uniform, go back to the the East-West jerseys. I'm looking forward to that. It's actually more fun that way, I believe, and it's good that format is back. Let's kick it back old school, So that's good. And football is heating up, like I said. Baltimore Ravens is playing next weekend, so we're going to see who they're going to be playing. Matter of fact, I think that should probably be kind of mapped away now, right? Who Baltimore will play, because we got 2 more games tomorrow night. The wild card round is damn near in the book. So no, it's to be determined. So I'll check back after tomorrow, because we got the Steelers and the Bills. Buffalo's my team. We take care of business tomorrow. We get to move on and play whoever. And the Eagles. Now with the Eagles, right? Even though they can beat Tampa without AJ Brown. There it is. Even though they can beat Tampa Bay Buccaneers without AJ Brown, right? Jalen Hurts is my concern, because if Jalen Hurts is not playing due to the broken finger on his throwing hand, this can be a chance for Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers to do what the Packers did and win and move on to the next round as a 9-8 team also. So if that should happen, this is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. And congratulations to Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is an OG coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Never had a losing season. The winning way has continued. And you got to love it, man. You got to love it. So shout out to him for having all the success and having winning season. It's amazing, It's amazing to witness that he never had a losing season as a head coach, and too bad he gotta lose to my team tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon rather, because we taking them down. But it's a good feature, to have on your resume. Mike Tomlin, man. Never had a losing season as a head coach, man. That's impressive, man. That's pretty damn impressive. As the Rams and Lions game come down to the wire, it's 4:24 left in the fourth quarter, and it's a 1-point game, and the Rams have the ball. It's 3rd and 14. Let's see if they can get the first down. They can get the first down and keep moving. We should be in for a treat. We're already in for a treat. 23-24. You can't ask for anything more than this. But we damn sure in for a treat, Like I said, this is one of them coin flip games, and you gotta love it, man. But I'll probably come back once this game concludes. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for now. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace and love as always. Breezy.